Richard Southern joins us once again. Richard, let's head down south where the Democratic Party might be taking a few cues from a video game. What's this all about?
So, they have their Democratic convention this summer, right, Janella?
Will that still happen?
Well, that's the thing. It probably can't happen, right? So how do we, crown Joe Biden the nominee? A couple of big Democratic strategists suggested that they take some inspiration from Fortnite, a video game, to turn Biden into an avatar to select, to accept his nomination. The idea would be there could be an avatar of Obama. He could introduce Biden's avatar, and he could sort of make his speech that way, maybe looking a little bit like this, Janella, from the Fortnite video game.
Though?
No shooting going on, though.
No, I said, will he floss? You know, the dance?
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, you have to floss, I think, and to appeal to the young voters, of course, Janella.
I mean, it's more fun than Zoom.
That's the thing. Zoom can get a little bit weird when you got a lot of people on it. So it's not clear if Biden's going to go for this, but it shows how people are thinking outside the box when it comes to these big events that are not going to happen. I mean, we're talking today about losing the CNE. Some of these things you just really can't make up for, but we'll see what they come up with.
You can't recreate everything online, but if I have to say, I say yes. Do the Fortnite-inspired Democratic convention.
Bring it on. It'll be fun.
Okay. Lots of people staying at home. Lots of people who are going out, though, avoiding public transit. And a new poll says that could happen for quite some time.
Yeah, I want to get your take on this. Big poll, big study out of the University of Toronto today found that 25% of TTC riders say they will not take the red rocket again until a vaccine is ready. Ridership is already down a whopping like 85% on the TTC. And again, a quarter of those people say they won't get on again until there's a vaccine. 1% of people say they're never riding the TTC again. What do you think, Janella? Would you be comfortable getting back on before a vaccine?
So I usually take the TTC to work. Not right now. I'll admit that I'm not taking it. I can definitely see that apprehension. I haven't really thought about it if I'll go back, especially once it's full. It wasn't so bad. I was riding it for a while, and because it was quite empty, you felt pretty safe. You could keep distance from people.
Right now, you can keep your space. It's actually not bad. But 82% of people in the survey said they're worried about crowds. And I think that's the thing. When rush hour returns, that's when you don't want to be packed on the train. That's when I would worry about it.
Definitely not. Unless, maybe they would have to impose a mask rule or capacity, decrease capacity. That means running more trains. A lot to think about. I don't know. I have to think about that one.
TTC Union has already said we want to see masks worn, so we'll see what happens with that.
Okay. Staying home, obviously one way to avoid transit, but there's one activity that a new study says is great for our emotional well-being.
And you might be doing some of it in the next couple of weeks. Gardening, Janella. Princeton University did this big study, and they found that gardening at home had a similar effect on people's happiness as biking, walking, or dining out. The benefits of home gardening were similar across racial boundaries and between urban and suburban homes. It was the only activity out of 15 studied for which women and people with low incomes reported the highest emotional well-being. So, Janella, especially now, too, you can grow your own food. Everyone's kind of worried about the food supply.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing this year. Maybe it's time to get the home garden going a little bit.
I don't have much of a green thumb, but maybe it's time to find it. All right. Thanks so much, Richard. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.